In this video, I'm going to discuss how close are we to the removal of the COVID test requirement to re-enter the United States. Follow along.
You're watching DCBORNROB, Racing Borders. And now, news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DCBORNROB, DC Rob, my answer to them all. Thank you guys for watching. Remember this, if you ever get any benefit out of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like. Like helps the YouTube algorithm. The more you hit like, the more people get to watch these videos. Again, this is just going to be a quick one. I'm reading a few stories. I've shortened them down, but this has to do with the requirement and how close we are to remove the COVID-19 requirement to re-enter the United States. It's driving me nuts. So let's just jump into the stories here. Okay, my first story is from Yahoo News. It's entitled, Airlines Press U.S. to Lift Pre-Departure Testing Requirements. This has to do with re-entry to the United States. It says, this is according to Reuters. Well, they are using Reuters as their resource. It says, U.S. airlines are pressing the Biden administration to lift the 16-month rule requiring nearly all international air passengers, with some exceptions, to test negative for COVID-19 before entering the country. Airline executives say many Americans are not traveling internationally because of the concerns that they will test positive in a foreign country and then be stranded abroad. International U.S. air travel remains down by about 15% from pre-pandemic levels. Airlines for America and industry group said Friday a survey of its carriers estimated that dropping testing rules would bring in an additional 4.3 million international passengers and 1.7 billion in incremental revenue, and could result in the incremental 1.075 million foreign visitors and 2 billion in visitor spending. Okay, so my next story is from the Mirror. It says several major U.S. travel firms, including Disney, have appealed for the U.S. government to remove all remaining COVID travel restrictions. At the moment, unvaccinated travelers are not allowed to enter the United States, and all passengers are being required to take a COVID test within 1 day of their journey. Now, with a busy summer ahead, the U.S. Travel Association, which represents the travel industry in America, has called for urgent repeal of the pre-departure testing. Canada, Australia, South Africa, and the Netherlands have all recently announced that they would end their pre-departure testing rules for fully vaccinated arrivals. It's hoped that the United States will follow suit soon. It says a CDC spokesman says, if there are any changes, we will update the public accordingly. In other words, they're not giving an inkling, giving a tip. I have my own idea, and I'll tell you that in a second. But it says, however, U.S. airlines are more optimistic. U.S. Delta President Glenn Haustein said, we are hearing good things from Washington. Hopefully, the testing requirement gets rolled back in the next few weeks. The company chief legal officer, Peter Carter, also told the iPaper, we are getting a strong indication that pre-departure testing will be phased out in the near future, which is quite encouraging. My guess is, from reading all the stories that I have, and I've gotten it down to these 3 or 4 short ones, but my guess is within the next month, this will drop. You heard me say it, within the next month, okay? My next one is from travelpulse.com. It's entitled, U.S. Airlines Continue Pressure on White House to Lift Pre-Departure Restrictions. It says the U.S. airlines are continuing a full court press on the Biden administration to drop the rules requiring pre-departure testing for COVID-19 on all international passengers. Canada and the United Kingdom and Germany and several other foreign countries have had similar protocols in place, but have since lifted them. It works to get rid of the rules. It's been a massive boost for our tourism travel industry, Britain's Transportation Secretary Grant Shapps said. U.S. carriers are hoping for the same here, but the requirement has been in place for 16 months, and the White House, particularly the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, have been reluctant to rescind the mandate. Airlines say the pre-departure testing for both international travelers coming into the United States or Americans traveling overseas and then returning home is prohibitive and causing many to reconsider their trips. That ain't lying, that is the truth. For fear of testing positive for the virus and being trapped abroad. Reuters noted that Airlines from America, the industry main lobbying group, said lifting the requirements would result in an additional 4.3 million international passengers and 1.7 billion in incremental revenue from foreign visitors. Neither the White House nor the CDC commented for this story. Of course, they're not giving a hint. My last one is from inews.co.uk. Obviously, the UK has a benefit because I think they're probably #1 visited area for them. We are, and for us, they are. And hopefully I'll be somewhere near there in the next month. Okay, and I'm hoping this is taken care of in the next month too. So this says Delta called on Biden administration to scrap COVID entry requirements or restrictions, bringing the US more into line with the requirements of other nations in Europe, as well as Canada and Australia, which no longer require pre-departure tests. It underlined that international tourist revenue is down 78% compared to pre-pandemic. While there has been no indication from the White House as to when the proclamation 10294 is likely to be amended, industry spokesmen have indicated recently that they expect imminent change. Ooh, I like that word, imminent. Several airlines chief executives wrote to President Biden in late March, urging him to relax entry rules soon after the requirement for all passengers to wear masks on flights in the U.S. was dropped. Glenn Haustein, CEO of Atlanta-based Delta Airline, subsequently said that he was preparing for a very, very robust summer and that he expected pre-departure testing to be dropped soon. So let's see. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to tell you, I think it'll be at least a month. It is stressful. It's enough with this check-mig, and every country has their own type of check-mig where you have to log in online and do all this garbage. But the biggest thing is, man, if you're going away for the weekend, now you got to deal with getting a test. And in Honduras, it was challenging for us, man. It was challenging. And they check everything, and they fingerprint, they thumbprint. Man, traveling is stressful. What should I say? Well, traveling is stressful any way you look at it if you're flying. But it is extremely extra overwhelming when you have to deal with that test within 24 hours. I mean, obviously there are ways to mitigate the stresses that you have to deal with travel. Remember, get clear, get pre-check, and get global if you're international more than I'm national. I do mostly national. Well, I kind of do both, at least recently. But anyway, this stuff is in the works. I give it a month. I give it 1 month from the time this video posts. Go back and look at this. Well, I'll send people back to look at this video if it happens. So anyway, again, this was just a short one, just to keep you abreast of it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you get any benefits. Peace.
So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you go down and hit subscribe. And definitely like. It helps that YouTube algorithm. You know what I'm talking about? See what I'm saying?
Join me on social media. I am DCBORNROB Official on Instagram. I am DCBORNROB Official 1 on TikTok. I am DCBORNROB O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.
We have a YouTube channel, like it!
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.